And good evening from Blue Devil Gymnasium. This is Quincy High Blue Devil basketball, Western Big Six style. And good evening, I'm Jeff Wellman as we're ready. 1 week before Christmas, last game before we head out to Collinsville at home. We will have the crosstown shootout next week, or tomorrow night. But here we've got Galesburg and a chance to win a game. Devils are, of course, 1-5, 0-3, taking some lumps. Galesburg 5-2, but 1-2 in the conference, and they don't play as tough of a schedule early. So that's what everybody tells me. We've got a whole new group of guys on the Silver Streaks, unfamiliar names, and so it's an opportunity to maybe get one here. And I'll tell you what, talking about getting one, anytime you can get a W, especially at home, Coach Pettit, it is so important to win at home.
Well, especially in the Big Six Conference, home court advantage probably, 5 to 7 points, is what you're looking at with the home court crowd. This is going to be a tough one. I saw Galesburg play this summer, in the DeKalb shootout. They've got a bunch of young kids that get after it and some good seniors to lead them. So this is going to be a tough test for the young Blue Devils.
Indeed. And, of course, you want to hear about what Andy Douglas thinks. Come back after the break. Of course, we'll have the coach's comments brought to you by the QHS Auto Group, faith, family, and giving back. And then, of course, after that, Coach and I will break down the Western Big Six and all the good stuff, including tonight's matchup right here and the Blue Devils, who are fun and exciting. Stay right here. It's Blue Devil basketball on mechasportsco.com.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
This game is brought to you by Mecha Sports Co. You can find us at mechasportsco.com, on YouTube at youtube.com/@mechasportsco, and on Facebook at facebook.com/mechasportsco. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any coverage for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams, boys and girls. Get the play-by-play and color call from Wellman and Pettit exclusively on Mecha Sports Co.
And welcome back to the pregame show, of course. This is Coach's Comments, brought to you by the QHS Auto Group, faith, family, and giving back. Here with me, Andy Douglas, the head coach of the Blue Devils. And, I was going to say, every week I'm going to talk about how was practice. This week you had a full week of practice, instead of 1 day here, 2 days there. So how'd those practices go?
Up and down, up and down. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We had some good moments, a really good day, and then some moments that weren't so good. So the big thing for us is the competition level is not where it needs to be. I gave our point guards a talking to this past week. We have 4 guys that could potentially run the point guard position, and not one of them yet has really taken advantage of being the number 1 point guard. So that competition has to get better. I think if we can get that going, it's only going to help us be a more competitive team. And we have really nice kids. We have really nice kids that, at times I think don't push each other the way that they need to push each other, should push each other if we're trying to get to where we want to go.
And you say we got a lot of new kids, and it takes time. I mean, it's one of those things. Now, offensively and defensively, where are we at? Because when we watch, obviously we lose our man, and that breaks down, or we get that gap to us. Board-wise, we'll hit it once in a while, then we seem to fall away. So what's the focus? Let's maybe start on defense.
Well, defensively for us, I think it just all revolves around being tougher. We got to be tougher on the ball, which I think we have been. We have to be tougher in the gap, knowing that we're not committing to the drive. If the other guy gets beat off the dribble, we're there to stunt only. We're there to provide just a brief second of help, and we're getting back to our guy. And then toughness and rebounding. I think that's a big thing. We can't turn the ball over the way that we have, 15-plus turnovers, and then give up offensive rebounds to the other team, that's a recipe for disaster. So, again, I think it just comes back to toughness, strength, physicality, doing the dirty work all the time. And, when you have, you're starting 3 freshmen or whatever it is and 2 sophomores, it's a young group. It's going to take time, but we have to be able to flip that page, and so we can move on to the next thing that we need to get better at.
And we always talk about rebounding, and that's desire. That's just the will to go after it.
Well, in defense is, there's some scheme to it as well, but just the basis of it is heart and desire. The will to get a stop, and we have that. For 3 quarters and then we drop off a little bit, or it's been 2 quarters and then take a break, and then half a quarter and then take a break, and we just have to be consistent in that area. And I mean, I'm gonna be quite honest with you. We talked about last year about consistency as well with that group. So if we're talking about consistency with them, that's a must with this group.
Indeed, you hit the offensive when we're giving up 2-1 turnovers, and that's a young team learning where they're at too. The other thing I think on the offense, when you kind of glance at it, we're leaving a lot of points at that free throw line, and that's something you really. And I think it's one of those where they're caught up in the moment, they're young, it's just relax, regroup, and it'll come. Don't let your brain get in the way.
Well, and that's the tough part, because when you miss free throws, what does everybody tell you?
Yep.
You got to make free throws, and so it puts more pressure on the kids than they actually need. So that's been something that over the years that we've had to kind of handle with kid gloves at times, because you don't want them to, hey, you have to make this. It's kind of like a field goal kicker. Once they miss a few field goals, you leave them alone. They're already in their head. They need to get out of it, So for our guys, we have guys, the right guys getting to the line. They know what they have to do. We practice it every day. We compete, as far as free throws go in practice every day. So they'll get better.
And again, they've got nice touches and shots. It isn't like a Notre Dame kid, Bixel, years ago. He started on the left side of the lane. Big kid, spun the ball, stepped to the middle, and took it like a jump shot. And it was all right, I keep working on it. All right, here we got Galesburg. Some very unfamiliar names, because the guys who graduated last year, and you really can't compare last year's teams and games against them.
Yeah.
5-2, but I got a feeling this is one of those with some new guys, and they didn't really play maybe the toughest competition yet. We can get one here.
Yeah, I really like our chances. I think I told our group this is a weekend where we can't go into this thinking anything other than 2 wins, but 2 wins starts with the first one. So we have to be able to take advantage of the opportunity tonight at home. I like our group. I'm learning patience with this group a lot. But this is a group that wants it. They want to get better. They want to improve. We've seen it in bits and pieces throughout games. We've seen it bits and pieces in practices. Now we just got to take it to the court.
Sounds like a winner. Hey, we'll catch you after the game. Good
luck.
All
right, thank you.
And that's Andy Douglas, and, of course, head coach of the Blue Devils. And tonight could be a fun one here, as you heard us talk on there. It's the Blue Devils against the Silver Streaks of Galesburg right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
QHS Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit QHS Honda.
And QHS Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit QHS Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how QHS makes it easy.
And welcome back to Blue Devil Gymnasium there. Sorry we lost the screen for a while. That was kind of interesting right in the middle of the interview. But again, a man from radio, you got to like it. We're there and we're always ready. Well, you heard Coach talking there, and of course, young group, and he nailed it on the head because, we're giving 2 turnovers to 1 assist, our 1-to-2 ratio, which is not good. And then if you got those 43% from the free throw line, Coach, that's not so good either.
Well, and the defensive rebounding's been a little suspect at times, giving up the offensive board. So, those are the 3 areas that this young team needs to work on, in order to be successful.
Yeah, and I watched Coach, in fact, over his shoulder as he was writing on the board down there. And a lot of the things as we talk about, I had mentioned, of course, rebounding. It's desire. Defense is the same way. I mean, it's that desire to give it all. And I always talk, we both do, if you're going to rest, you rest on offense or you tap your head, come out of the game. and then you come right back in. And that's with a fun, exciting group like this. That's what you like, because you can just keep sending young bodies at you.
Well, and, I sat there and I was, putting down, okay, who's the top 8 that we got? And you start putting the numbers down in the top 8. It's like, my goodness, you have 2 juniors, 3 freshmen, 3 sophomores. You know what I mean? So very, very young squad. Learning how to play against this competition, it's going to take them a little while.
Hey, nice segue, Coach, when you said the top 8. That reminds me of 8 Open down at 601 Main. It's a Southern Kitchen. Get in there. They've got some good stuff, and you and I are going to go down and have some because they've got the OG sandwiches. We talked about the Coach Wassman, the Coach Douglas. These are fried chicken sandwiches, each with a little bit of a twist. The Southern Belle. And if you just want to make your own, the Plain Jane. They've got other stuff too. The signatures, the Mayor Chuck Schultz.
The Doc Holliday's what I had tonight. So
you were there and had one?
Very good, very good.
And I guess today they started a challenge with the Smash Burger. And I believe tonight, and I forgot to note, it was the Sassinator. And, of course, we know Roger and Tony Sasson. It's got to be one of their kids. He's a teacher at Rooney. And so it was a double smash burger, cheddar cheese, little honey, hot honey, I believe. Wow, I remembered all that. And but if you need to go there, Thursday, Friday, 11 to 8, Saturday, noon to 9, just get down there. They got some great stuff. And as Coach Pettit, what'd you have?
The Doc Holliday. Yeah, barbecue sauce, bacon, cheddar cheese on a smash burger.
I love it.
On a brioche bun. Very, very good.
8 Open, a Southern Kitchen, 601 Main, Quincy. Proud sponsors, and of course, can't wait till the girls' game at noon. They love the girls' basketball. They've been followers there for a while. All right, we're looking at tonight's game. Of course, the Devils come in 1-5. One thing I like, Coach, is the fact that it's young. It's an early season. But the scoring is pretty balanced across all the kids. The rebounding, you're getting Lepper with 4-3, Woodson Jr. with 4-6, and 3-8 from Griffith. So you're getting some rebounding. Like we talked, not enough rebounding. But when you look up that lineup, you're talking 8.8, 8.8, 9.2, 7.5, a lot of balance, and that's what's nice if you don't care who scores and you win games as a team.
Well, and that's the one thing. You got good balance now. We just got to get more shots. That's the biggest thing. If you got 103 turnovers, in the first 6 games, way too many. I mean, that's too many wasted possessions. You got to value each possession offensively and defensively.
Coach, that's one of the things that Coach Douglas had up on the board tonight. And we used to have a promotion years ago. It was a turnover promotion. Subway had just started turnovers, but we were trying to get 15 turnovers on the other team,
yes,
not on our own. So you don't get a free meal on that. These 2 teams last year won, and of course, in the 2 games we played, destroyed Galesburg, but a different team. I mean, we won on December 10th, 82-39. Loncourt had 19, Thomas had 17, Clay had 12, Louthan had 11, Mark, and Wires had 9. Croc Sibbing had a nice game on the other side with 12, and Ethan Oxley, the bigger kid, had 10. When we played them at Field later on in January, another big victory, 90-35, nobody had double figures for Galesburg. And we had 5 guys, BL3 had 20, Clay Squared each got 14. That was Dom and Rico. Chad Ruth had 13, and Thomas had 11. Completely different team, and the names on Galesburg's side as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, first of all, it starts with the coach. Great grandson of John Thiel, that when you go to Galesburg, his name's written on the side of it. You know what I mean?
No pressure.
So, and we've got his son playing on this team, 1,000-point scorer down in Fort Worth, Texas playing. So he hit his 1,000th this year. Good ball player. But you got a lot of good young kids on this team, that I saw this summer, including Bile and Mayala, the big kid. Athletic, get after it. They're going to be a tough team to beat.
I'm glad you had the history on that. We wondered where that fell because John Thiel was a while ago. Could have almost been a great-grandpa on that. And, of course, some of the great battles with Quincy High, one of them coaches from yesteryear. So it'll be interesting watching this squad. And, again, you're at home. So you want to get the W at home. Hey, it's the Mecca pregame show. And by the way, we are in the Mecca mobile studio, our home studio, brought to you by Sleep Tight, better bed, less money. You can pick it up at Quincy or Jacksonville. I guess you can call Kevin at home if you want to, but and so Sleep Tight. We're getting ready for the starting lineups and the national anthems. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, our national anthem. It's Blue Devil basketball on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Get a 6-pack of 24-ounce.
And our national anthem. And, of course, the pep band's up there. We had Vespers last week. We talked about all that. Hopefully that went well on Sunday at 2 and 7. The cold weather came in. That was a good place to be. And as we get ready here, it's funny, I talked to Mike Happel before the ball game. It's his grandson, Ben Shelp, out there as the Devil. And I said, now, Hap, you always remember when the boys come out and do a skit with the girls on the pom pod? He said, yes. I said, something new this year. Ben is going to have his grandpa do the Devil with him in the pregame. And he just looked and went, now I got to get Ben to actually get his grandpa and start playing the practical joke on there as well. Hey, here's the starting lineups. First for Galesburg. Well, they will start number 2. That's Stone Thiel. He's the son of the coach and the grandson, of course, the great John Thiel. Number 3.
Great-grandson.
Yes. Oh, thank you. We actually said grandson at one time. Keegan Crummer, number 3. Also in the starting lineup. Lost my guy there. Number 32, Rakeem McClellan. The big guy inside is number 42, Jackson Wyatt. And I missed one of the guards there. I'm going to pick it up here in a second.
Number 10.
Thank you, Coach. And it wasn't Bile, it was Belay, right? I believe. Cesar Belay. And, of course, our coach, Taylor Thiel, in his first year, and I did not know he came. And, of course, there's a volunteer assistant coach in this lineup. First, Jacob Carl and Michael Magruder, the assistants. The volunteer assistant, Joey Range, a familiar name.
Used to be a heck of a player. Played with Coach Weber, on the team that got second in the state, and the Blue Devils got third in the state that year.
That was a year that both teams were in the Western Big Six at the state tournament.
Yep.
We're going to let you listen here a little bit here, as we always do, for the Devil. Still great stuff. I know Monroe City's got one of those floors that lights up and does all kinds of stuff. I wouldn't change this at all.
It's been like this for a long time.
You got that right. Doug Schroeder, our senior year, right?
Yep.
Out in Arizona these days. His son's still around here. Got his own, Logan's got his own car place. Ben Shelp, the Devil. Still sends chills. Coach, I think Mark Boston one year was the Devil.
Yep.
I just saw his face on Facebook. He was good friends with Rob McIntyre. McIntyre was as big as a building. Gene Oliver was one year. He's the one that why they don't light the torches back in the locker room. He set off the fire sprinklers. Doug told me that story because he was in waiting for and learning how to do it or not do it. it is a shame the kids can't get down there. Part of that, of course, is safety. We understand that. We appreciate everything Chris Klingel does. And now, first of all, the visiting team was wearing their road black trimmed in white, maybe some silver in there, obviously, because they are the Silver Streaks. The Blue Devils in their home white trimmed in blue. And hopefully tonight, Coach, we can do more than just 2.5 quarters. We did a great job against Sterling, who's a very good team. For those who saw that score, I'm going to tell you, and when you come out tomorrow night, Raiders are very good and very seasoned team, but there'll be a lot of energy out there tomorrow night.
Well, yeah, it always is. You know, when QND and QHS get together.
At the pit. The pit years ago, before we started playing, used to turn the lights out and turn them back on. Then they got the metal halide and couldn't do it. Starting lineup for the Devils, number 10, Parker Douglas, a freshman at 5'9". Your next starter, number 20, Juels Clausel. He's a sophomore at 5'11". Number 22, Kenai Humphrey, a 5'9" sophomore.
Going to 3-guard lineup tonight.
Tim Griffith, number 32, a freshman 6'2", and the big guy in the middle, or outside more often, Brendan Lepper, 6'4" freshman, 6'7", excuse me. 3 freshmen, 2 sophomores for Andy Douglas, Bruce Bonas, Ryan Brown, and Jeff Obert. And the manager, Raymond Jones, he's ready to start selling finances, ain't he?
Well, I tell you what, some of my keys to the game, let's get the ball underneath the basket, the left, and work inside, outside, get the wide open looks. Because, I mean, you pull him out of the basket, rebounding on the offensive side, it has been very sparse this year.
I always love it when it is a little smoky in here.
Yes.
All right, glad you're with us on this Friday night before Christmas. Of course, Christmas is still a week away. You still have time to do a little shopping, but you better get out there pretty darn quick. Devils will be working into your living room. Lepper's in the front there. Also in there with Billet, Cesar. And Galesburg gets the opening tip. Glad you're with us, Wellman and Pettit. Backdoor cut, and it's not there. Clausel was overplaying it anyway. Cesar was not making the cut. Galesburg, full court pressure right off the bat. Good pressure in the backcourt.
And they're going to get after it.
And with that many guys down there should be something deeper. Devils come across the right side. Humphrey starts to drive. Can't make that pass through there. And I want to see more bounce passes in that situation because your hands are already out. Make them reach down and get to the floor.
Well, you're 2-on-3, pull it out and run a set.
Yeah, especially you're that close. If anything, shoot it when you were 2 feet away, 5 feet away. Devils in the half-court set, man-to-man. Ball back out for the Silver Streaks. Off the left side, down in the block. Comes back out on the wing. Belay will have the ball, being guarded out there by Douglas. Lime green screen with his shoes, by the way. That was McClellan. Has the ball off the right side, back out high. Wyatt. Good defense for the Devils. The shot clock would have been done. And a 3-point shot that hit the board only.
Good challenge, good block out.
And a good board. Clausel takes it in, kicks it out, does not get the charge. Humphrey misses the 3. Thank goodness, because he took it one too many steps in there. Avoided the charge. Back to the top, Wyatt for 3. Good. Wyatt, the big guy outside, drains the first points of the ball game.
That was a nice stroke.
Oh, indeed. Griffith drives, gets to a 45, off the glass, no good. Lepper had the rebound, went off of him and then off Griffith, coming inbounds. Not a bad, and Tim came at an angle where he had to get back out to a 45.
Well, 6'2" coming in on 6'5". Pull up, take that little 10-footer, little kiss off the glass. Been a little bit easier.
And maybe easier for Lepper on the other side. The ball might have bounced up and high for him. Little pressure by Parker Douglas in the backcourt. Devils in the Silver Streaks. 1.5 minutes already played here. Silver Streaks with 1-3, and that's it. On the short corner, ball goes to a cutting Bile. Misses. On the weak side, coming down from the top. And it was actually Belay coming down from the top for the easy bucket. We lost our man and went to help. Devils down 5-0. Back to the top. Lepper inside. I like to see that. Back to the high post. Douglas pulls up, 16-footer, has to pump it. Oh, does a good job. And the ball gets out and hangs on the rim.
Douglas thought he had a foul, which I believe he did.
And the way it hung and came back out of the rim and didn't bounce off was pretty good. Back in that man-to-man. You know, we'll have to see if we see that 1-2-2. And there it is. Caught on the hip. Todd Reichert, your official, caught it. And your officials, Brad Gooding, Todd Reichert, and Rick Gingenbacher for the night. I was just thinking about Brad's dad, Mike Gooding. He used to run Alexander Lumber and Bowen in the years. Lepper pulls up from 22 off the iron. Hitting the boards. Good job on the boards. And a great call on jump ball. Humphrey came in.
Not a good shot on the fast break, pulling up from NBA 3 range, and letting it fly on the first pass.
The only good thing on that one was we had 2 guys going to the boards. I mean, if you had more, it would have been nice, and that was way out there too.
Yeah, that was NBA 3 range.
Now, if you hit it, we'd have gone, no. Nice shot, son.
Well, no.
But still didn't like it. I agree.
No.
Back to the top, Devils in the half-court offense. Parker Douglas.
That's a good shot when you got the 35-second shot clock and it's down to 1.
All right, there you go. Lepper inside, thought he got fouled, but he didn't put it on the board. Here goes the Silver Streaks with a 3-point lead the other way in the first quarter. That steal off the left side. Picked his hand. Wyatt looked at the shot. Lepper came out, closed a little bit. Back to Wyatt. And there's a steal, Parker Douglas. Douglas all the way in. Great job of coming up and getting in the passing lane when the ball went away.
Defensive intensity so far here in the first 3 minutes of the game has been very good by the Blue Devils.
Went in the block. Lepper tried to get to it. Instead, a bucket in there, and that was McClellan with the basket. 7-4. Galesburg with the lead. 4:40 actually left in the first quarter. Humphrey goes all the way in, pushes it. A lot of hands straight up, but somebody brought him forward, and Kanai's going to go to the line to shoot 2. I just like the aggressiveness of these young guys. I mean, they, on both sides of the floor, it's just to keep that intensity, and then you also have to do a lot of talking on defense.
Well, and they've only had, probably one, maybe 2 empty possessions, on the offensive end, and defensively, they've been getting after it. So, if they keep up this intensity on both ends, we'll be good.
Coach, you must be a coach because Coach Douglas had empty possessions up on the board too. I'm going to see how many you check off tonight.
Well,
you're going to check them all off. 1 for 2. Galesburg gets the rebound. Devils down by 2, 7-5.
Once again, that's the, Achilles heel of the Blue Devils, shooting 43% from the free throw line.
Good job on the defense there, not fouling. Lepper gets the rebound for the Devils. Humphrey trying to get a screen from Lepper. Lepper slides away. Humphrey should have stayed there because Lepper was getting big. But Lepper pushes a little bit in there. Nice to see the freshman afraid of that. Get down there and mix it up. Oh, a roll there from Lepper. Nice off the glass with a little short hook. It rolled out. But I like the screen.
That's where you want to see him, right there. Rolling to the basket, getting a little soft floater up there.
I agree. In the half-court set, Devils staying in man-to-man. No subs yet for either team. His coach talks about us going 8. Douglas, a little bump on the way to the basket, but Crummer's going to get there for the score. He got the bump, then released, so he didn't foul him at the basket. Lepper gets a great pass from Classell. Uses the left, no good, but Lepper's going to the line to shoot 2.
Hopefully we'll develop here in maybe a year with Lep. He grabs that ball, he goes up and dunks it.
Exactly. I believe the call was on Wyatt, his first. Galesburg second with 3:31 left in the first. We saw those first stats when Coach Douglas gave them to us this week, and I love it. Lepper was shooting 1,950% from 3.
Yeah.
You're going to win some games like that.
Big time.
2 attempts and 39 makes. He adjusted that, by the way, folks.
Well, and that helped our three-point percentage to, I think, 67% for the year. And I'm like, I don't think we're doing that.
He gets both free throws there. It's a 9-7 deficit right now for the Devils. Dropping back in their man-to-man. Field being guarded with number 2 by number 22, Humphrey. Ball works the right side. Wyatt took a step before he went. Griffin bumps pretty good. Weak side, Lepper got a finger on it, and Humphrey with the rebound. Kanai all the way to the basket, but again, like we mentioned before, he got away with the last time. This time he took 1 too many. He made the basket, but wave it off, offensive foul.
Well, and that's the one thing, on fast break, on, possessions when you're going down. Get the ball in the middle of the floor, pull up for that 10-footer, and then have your wings, driving to the basket for the easy layups. That was a charge ready to go.
Yep. And if you do not have the lane, that's where we talk about pulling up.
Pull up.
Even if you have to back it out. But right there, he had a nice little pull up off the glass.
Yep.
Hey, we used the glass with a fan shape and used it quite often. Always loved when we went to Missouri because they already had the square boards. Devils back on defense. First sub of the ball game. Avery Beeston, number 3, comes in. Looking for him to shoot the 3 when he's got it. I love the colors out there. We got some orange and lime green shoes from Galesburg. Nobody wears the colors of their.
Well, and you have Maya in the game now. This is 6'5" sophomore. Good-looking ball player.
That's number 25, Coach?
Yep.
All righty. Eden Mahala?
Mayala.
Mayala. All righty. That's right. The Y is silent. Good job by the Devils. Silver Streaks throw the ball away.
Big physical 6'5" and athletic.
Well, that's nice. What year is he?
Sophomore.
So we'll be seeing those guys
10,
banging.
10 and 25 are sophomores.
They'll be banging this squad for a couple years. Nice pass inside after the steal. An easy basket from McClellan. That's the give up that we can't have.
That's one of those bad turnovers that I talk about.
Yep. Beeston at midcourt. Gets it to the left side with Parker. Douglas hesitates. In the short corner, backs out. He'll go out to Beeston, but a lazy pass. Zip it on there.
Yep.
And for Avery, you see that he's getting guarded. Come to the ball. Foul on the play. I think it was on Beeston after the turnover.
Not a lot of movement on the offensive end by the Blue Devils.
And I would like Parker to stay there in the corner. Lep was starting to post up. Stay there a second. And Avery come down and do the 3-man game.
Yep.
The triangle game. Shot from the left side. 3-pointer.
Another sophomore.
Belay, and he's got 5 already in this game. Now it's a 14-7 game, under 2 minutes. Good job, Parker Douglas. Split that trap. And in the backcourt, we got a foul now again on Belay. That's his second. Team foul number 3, I believe. Still 2 on the Devils. Minute 48 left in the quarter. Wyatt's going to come back out. Belay will come out of the ball game.
I like the thought process of Coach Steele here with Galesburg. You've got a young, inexperienced team with Quincy. He's coming after him, full-time pressure.
Yep. You know you're young. There, Beeston, go get it. There you are. Avery crossed. Parker on the right side. Cutting to the basket was Griffith. Griffith, good strong move. Lost, got a rebound. Another strong move. Griffith, again, 3 attempts, 2 offensive boards. Tim Griffith working the glass.
Rebounding his effort.
Yep, he put the effort there.
Rebounding his effort.
Figured, hey, you missed the first one. And a good defensive play by Tim Griffith. Tipped it to Lepper. Yeah, we'll talk about a rebounder here that's in town. Griffith from the left side. And the good news is he took a little time on it, but the ball was going to come up short. But he got fouled, and he'll shoot 3. Bad foul.
Bad shot.
Yeah, so bad all the way around.
Yeah.
The only good thing is we're at the line for 3. Foul was called on the sophomore, Eden Mahala. It is their 4th foul with 1:13 left in the quarter. Devils still with 2. And Griffith to the line, shooting 3. Tim's been at the line a lot.
And he's not shooting very well.
No, exactly. But he's got a nice touch, and it's a good form. And like we talked about, and we talked about it before, one thing you don't want to do is start making a guy start thinking. Don't get your brain in the way. Muscle memory, all right, mental imagery, so you're already picturing your shot, taking that shot, and then just relax. One of the problems, of course, I mentioned that in the pregame, years ago over at Notre Dame, Bixel couldn't shoot, the big man, so he'd start on the left side of the lane at the elbow, flip the ball into the lane, spin it, then catch it and take a shot. Don't worry, folks, I haven't fallen asleep on the score. I'll pick that up in a second. 1 out of 3 for Griffith. Take every point you can there. 14-10. Devils are down. Back in the short corner. Lepper having to play some D against the sophomore. Goes over to the right side. Wyatt shoots an air ball. Here come the Devils the other way. Clausel's back in the game with the basketball. Jewels works right, then picks his dribble up. Back out to Lepper. There you go. Reset, guys. Beeston, Griffith, Parker, Douglas, Clausell, and Lepper. 40 seconds left in the quarter. Let's look for that good shot. There they go. They come after the trap. Lepper gets it in the short corner. Good job by Douglas, cutting to the basket. Missed the shot but tipped it. Griffith couldn't get it. Tracking it down on the other side was Crummer. All the way down the court. Crummer takes it to the hole and scores. Again, Douglas has just got more, there's more size from Crummer, but he's smart enough not to foul.
Well, I think you got to come out a little bit farther and try to slow the ball down a little bit. You know, he waited until he was, 10 foot from the basket, and you can't do a whole lot there.
Yeah, you definitely have to keep it up there. 2 seconds left. Oh, the Devils throw it away. And that will do it for the first quarter here at Blue Devil Gymnasium. It's the Silver Streaks from Galesburg 16, the Blue Devils from Quincy High 10. And it's Blue Devil basketball, Western Big Six style, right here on mechasportsco.com.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Welcome back to Blue Devil Gymnasium after the first quarter. You talked about rebounding your own shot. We always used to joke about Jody Shoup. Why he had so many rebounds is he rebounded his own shot 4 or 5 times. Coach Longo had a picture out today. They were out to lunch with Phil Conover. Jeff Rakers, of course, in town, used to be at South End Plants until he retired it and closed it up. And the other guy I didn't recognize because he didn't have black framed glasses. He had a hat on, and it was Jody Shoup. So Merry Christmas to all those guys and their families as well. So first quarter, down 16-10. What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, had some good things there, but, once again, the careless turnovers, a couple, 3 of those, that's the difference in the game right now.
And, of course, at 7 o'clock, Alabama's playing Oklahoma. So we'll get updates from Coach Bruner as he'll get updates from us. He couldn't go away from that TV. Here we are starting the second quarter. Thiel from way downtown, no good. He shot that from Texas. Lepper with a great screen. He held on as he went to get the ball, too. Clausell, Jewels to Wyatt. Wyatt blocks the shot. And he's nice at 6. How tall is he? 6'5", 6'6"?
Yeah, 6'5", and, we got 5'11" going in there trying to score on 6'5". No,
I like the enthusiasm of trying to get a foul, but as we said, the percentages are low.
Yeah, pull up, take that little floater, and then you go in there. Then you act like you're going to do it. Then you blow past the big boy.
Yeah, there's hesitation dribbles. That's always a good one, too. That gives you an opportunity to take the shot as well.
I was going to say the good point guards usually have about 3, 4, 5 gears, that they can use.
I believe that was Crummer's foul, his second. Here's Jewels off the left side. Being guarded out there by Kivian Nina. Shot no good. Toby gets the rebound. He'll come down the left side for the Silver Streaks in the half-court set. Made a 5-foot pass in the short corner. Not a good spot, but the Silver Streaks bring it back out. Devils stay in there man-to-man. Jewels out there. Parker Douglas on the right side as we get a traveling. Kenai Humphrey on the left side. Wrapping it out, Tim Griffith and Brendan Lepper. And a shout-out to the McDowells. Of course, Mark McDowell, the principal at Notre Dame, and, of course, Sarah Lepper. Brother-sister combination. They lost their mom this week. Our thoughts and prayers are out to the McDowell family. 7:06 left in the half. Devils with the basketball in the back court. Now we see a little man-to-man full court instead of that heavy pressure by 2 or 3 guys for the Silver Streaks. Wilson Freiberg's into the game. Backdoor cut. Douglas. He gets it to Woodson Jr., and Woodson Jr. with the nice basket. Good ball movement there, Coach.
Nice little, 12-footer, on the elbow.
Woodson came in. Lepper took a break. Freiberg came in. Jewels went out.
Once again, good drive and kick.
First foul on Woodson for the Devils in this quarter, 1 apiece in the second quarter. Nice little short hook. No good, though. Rebound on the weak side, Parker Douglas. Our guards get after the ball on rebounds. It's nice to see. They attack the basket, but they're smart enough to realize so far when they need to get back. Let's just hope they keep doing that. Across the timeline, Douglas being guarded by Crummer. Over to Kenai. Tim Griffith, 30 feet off the right side, back to the top. Going against Thiel. We'll go out to Wilson Freiberg. Freiberg with the headband tonight. Kenai also in lazy pass. Thiel, it was basically down at his feet, but Thiel went down and got it. And a good long pass there. Toby Kay with the bucket.
Got to get back on transition defense.
And that's where your guards have to understand, too, that if someone breaks down, free throw line down, somebody has to rotate deep. Inside, Wyatt with a hand check. Can't put your hands on him when the ball's coming in. It'll be his second foul. Second team foul for Galesburg. And we hope Galesburg's doing well. As after we talk about McDowell, we had Jordan Hall, the coach that they lost in the accident a couple weeks ago. Tim Griffith, right side, three, no good. Galesburg one and done now, so we're not even hitting the boards. Inside 6 minutes and a half. Not much going on in this quarter. 2-2 actually. Galesburg resets. Trying to work a little one-on-one. Step back. Air ball. Douglas was there, but the ball hit the line. Wyatt with good hustle for Galesburg. Devils will get it back. Talked to Tyler Sprick earlier, and actually Camden Brown is here. I talked to him. By the way, he is playing at North Central, averaging about 12-plus points a game and about 3 or 4 boards a game. I said, by the way, I think in one of the girls' games I might have called you Cameron, so sorry about that. He was, of course, at Phillips with Potts down in Texas last year, redshirting. Griffith on the right side. Ball gets reversed to the left side, Freiberg. There's the backdoor cut. Coming across was Kenai. He'll kick it back out. Smart move, reset. Freiberg now flashing on the backdoor cuts. Douglas through traffic, kicks in the corner. Freiberg back out. Good patience from the young Devils. Griffith, and a good job of getting around Eden Mahala, his second foul. So 2 on the Southmore coming off the bench, 3 right now on Galesburg. Well, I like the last reversals twice and didn't take a bad shot. Douglas back at the point.
That's going to change next year, though.
Freiberg,
the 35-second shot.
Oh,
clock.
yes. Woodson, 3, no good. Kenai in the corner, takes the ball away. Kenai started to come, brings it back out. Smart move, reverses. Parker Douglas on the skip pass. Inside to Woodson. Woodson doesn't get it in, but somehow it gets tipped into his hands. And then Woodson off the glass, so I'm glad that he stayed with it. Stay with it a little bit earlier, though, and watch the ball come in.
18-14 with 4:27 to go here in the second quarter.
And a jump
Blue Devils
ball.
are hanging tough.
We played Sterling good for 2.5 quarters probably. The score looked a little different. And, we never really had many times of days of practice with this squad. It was play on a Friday or Saturday and come back a Tuesday. And so this whole week gave them, and like I said, it's the carousel. It's up and down, up and down.
Well, that's what's going to happen with a young team.
Yep. 4.5, actually 4:20 left in the first half. Kenai lost the handle on the ball briefly. Kelly tried to come out. Devils worked the ball around the perimeter. Griffith to the right side. All the way into the right corner, Douglas.
Gave him the ball.
Yep, and stay big and look all the way in there. We're talking about Woodson Jr. There's a backdoor cut. Griffith, might not have been there. But a nice job running through their set. Humphrey, man-to-man still coming from both teams. Inside 4 minutes left, first half action. Blue Devil Gymnasium. Humphrey in traffic. Humphrey. And Humphrey got in the air, kept his shoulders square, and said, look, if nobody's going to go up, I got me a nice little J.
Cuts the lead to 2 here with about 3:30 to go in the second period.
Down on the block. A step first. Woodson kept his ground. But the problem, Thomas, once he kept his ground, he moved his arms forward.
Yep.
If he'd have stayed where he was at, he was fine.
Keep those arms straight up, young fella.
Yep. Let him jump into you, which that's what he did. You moved your arms forward. 2 fouls on Woodson. 2 on the Devils in the second quarter. And sending McClellan to the line. He had 2 buckets in the first quarter.
That's a quick 2 because he's only been in for about, 3 minutes?
McClellan makes the first free throw. So glad you're with us on this Christmas Friday night, the 19th. Got your Christmas shopping done?
No.
Okay. You do like we were when we were young. You went out there and you went late like me and McGaffey did. And if you had 4 or 5 things on the list, whatever was still left on the shelf, that's what you bought. And we also went to Bergner's. His mom worked there to help us out. Thank you, Julie. Second one, no good. Griffith tracks it down, got double teamed. And we got a cheap foul, 83 feet from the basket. That foul was on Kelly. And it's 4 fouls with 3:29 left. So 2 shots the rest of this quarter. Now I don't mind a couple take it to him, but I still like to see within the offense.
43% shooting free throws. I don't know about taking it to the hole.
I hear you.
It's not a plus unless you get the right people at the foul line.
In the short corner here, making a spin. Douglas lost the handle. Lepper lost the handle. I don't know he was going to go to Douglas, who was coming down the lane. Galesburg did a pretty good job. Right side Galesburg. Driving. Nobody was on the weak side. Oh, help was there from Lepper and Douglas. Missed the rebound shot was Galesburg, and Lepper with the rebound. I just like the fact that a couple guys are flying at those guys and not fouling at the basket when they're beat. Douglas starts to drive. Oh, and he looked like he got fouled on the way up. Ball got knocked away. Galesburg has it. In transition. And a shot, a hook shot from Kelly coming across the lane. Pressure being applied. Good job, Lepper from the left side behind the arc to a right side cutting Tim Griffith for the bucket. Give Lepper the assist.
I keep saying probably the best part of his game is his passing.
We talk about it, and then you improve it. And if you can be a passer, it's great the rest of the game. And if you're 6'7", you'll be a rebounder eventually. Oh, and a great move in there. Good head fake by McClellan. He took it to the opposite side. That was a nice move. Devils getting pressured in the backcourt, down 23-18. Good job by Kanai coming to the middle of the court. Now setting the offense. He asked Griffith to come, but now he takes it the other way. All right, somebody's got to come help him now. Douglas does. Almost could have been a double dribble, but got knocked away. And there, just over-aggressiveness, Watson found himself behind. Watson's going to be his first foul. And with 1:47 left, Parker Douglas gets ahead of the line to shoot. I haven't checked our guys out to see who's shooting the best there. When you're doing 40%.
None of them are.
Yeah, you need one guy that has to just be shooting 100% to bring that 43 up.
Well, and he has to shoot a lot of free throws.
Kind of like Jada Brown on the other side.
The other thing that I was looking at, Leps only shot like 4 free throws. You know what I mean? In the first 6 games. He's got to be under the basket. He should be shooting 8 free throws a game.
Oh, I agree, because when you're a big guy like that, first of all, you got to climb him before you can get to the ball. Douglas hits the first. Parker's got one more. Griffith stays in. Also, Avion Tate comes in. Knee brace on the right side. Gets inside his man. But Douglas, 2 for 2 there. I don't want to tell you.
Very rare in the Blue Devil season this year, 2 for 2 on the free throw.
Yeah, 23-20. I hate to tell you, we are for the night 6 for 9. That's 67%.
Well, that's, big time step up.
Thiel from 22. He airballed it. Second air ball.
Go get the
ball. Other one hit the backboard. It wasn't Thiel on all 3 of them. Yeah, I know. Griffiths was waiting to see if it was going to go out of bounds, and that's the worst thing. Guy comes by you, knocks it off of you or steals it, and then saves it to his man. So
never could understand that. That ball bounces in front of you. You grab it, you get the board.
Yep, be aggressive. It's my ball. Lepper at the top of the key. Left side, Jewell. Clausel does a little pick and roll. Oh, and a great bounce pass. That was a great bounce pass through the defense from Clausel to Lepper. Lepper gets the bucket. We have a 1-point game, folks.
Very good executed play by the Blue Devils.
And that bounce pass was just kind of a no-look, drop it down there.
Yep.
No good inside
good
a minute.
Box out there again.
Parker Douglas with the rebound. Up to Clausel.
Getting
double teamed. He steps through, goes all the way to the right side. Griffith. Oh, in and out for 3. Not a bad look there. We didn't have weak side board, though. Douglas almost gets pushed away on that hustle. And Tate and Douglas are both down there. Oh, good defense and help by Griffith. And then Lepper blocks the shot from behind on Watson. And the Devils get it back. You know, usually you don't get away with blocking a shot from behind.
No.
I guess unless you're 6'7" and all you're doing is reaching up and taking the ball away. 32 seconds left. Devils are down 1. Can they take a lead to half?
This last 3 minutes, Blue Devils have been playing very good basketball.
Lepper hits a 3. And I think what they call a moving screen or a timeout.
Timeout.
Hey, that's the way it happens. So always Murphy's Law. 23.1 left in the quarter. And that's, Coach, you look at that and you go, yes, no, that would have been a 4-point potential. But, hey, he wanted to set up the last play of the quarter. And with that timeout, don't forget to get down to Atlas Slice. 121 North 6. Basically show up the 6th Street Promenade, look at 8 open, and go across the street and down the block. Right next to the Silhouette Shop. By the way, Janine and Sarah were coming to get you on that mention. It is chef-driven craft pizza and wings. Good stuff. They have an open flame, high-heat oven. They've got drinks from Excel. You don't see that around here. It's from Breeze. They've been there since 1936. 8 flavors. Stop and see the ski or have a black cherry. All kinds of good stuff there. And, of course, they're open Thursday and Fridays 4 to 9. Saturdays noon to 9. That's Atlas Slice. 121 North 6 in Quincy. Here you go, Coach. What are you designing over there with 23.1 left?
Well, you get it in, and, you go ahead and get into your set with about 10 seconds to go. Make sure the shot goes up with about 3 to 4 seconds, and then you got an opportunity to put it back, with an offensive rebound.
And worst case scenario, you're still only down 1.
Yep.
20 seconds left. Douglas is in the backcourt. High point. All right, the high top of the key is Lepper getting the ball. Left side, Tate screening. Clausell was there. Backdoor cut by Tim Griffith. Lepper tried to squeeze it in there. It didn't get, and there's 9.5 seconds left. So now D up.
Okay, let's get a stop now.
Yep, keep it away from scoring here. Down to 5. Coming to the right side, almost a screen, bad screen. And Douglas takes it away. And he throws it to the length. Carl Rylander, you got to get that ball from his wheelchair down there.
Well, that's Douglas's missed 3-point shot for the day, so, or for the first half. But yeah, great I tell you what, 23, 22. It's going to be a 50-point game. That's where the Blue Devils want to be against Galesburg. They want to be in the 65 to 70-point range.
Gotta love it. It's Coach Pettit telling you that. I'm Jeff Wellman, and there's 23-22. Devils are down 1. It is halftime here at Blue Devil Gymnasium. We come back. We'll break this one down. Yeah, maybe give some Christmas wishes out there to some people like Russ Hagenall that's hanging out. 23-22. Devils down by 1. It's halftime right here on mechasportsco.com.
Ride the Baja Wave and refresh your senses with a blast of tropical lime flavor. Grab a Mountain Dew Baja Blast today. Do the do.
Get a 6-pack.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us here at Kunis Hyundai
and Kunis Honda of Quincy. As we wrap up another wonderful year, we just wanted to say thank you
to our friends, customers, and neighbors across the Quincy community.
Your trust and support made 2025 an incredible year for our Kunis family.
From our family to yours.
We wish you peace, joy, and safe travels this holiday season.
Merry Christmas and a very happy New Year.
At Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, we believe everyone deserves a better night's sleep. Discover top mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Your purchase always includes free delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old mattress. Plus, enjoy 0% interest for up to 5 years. Better bed, less money. Only at your locally owned Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, where comfort and community come together.
Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
Mecha Sports Co. is proud to sponsor tonight's Player of the Game. Mecha Sports Co., your streaming platform for all Quincy High School basketball. Like us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube to follow the action. Just search Mecca Sports Co. MECCASPORTSCO. And you can also find us at meccasportsco.com for the full game schedule and more.
Welcome back to Blue Devil Gymnasium. It is halftime. Wellman and Pettit here. Galesburg 23, Quincy High 22. Started off, Galesburg hit the first three, got another bucket. We're up 5-0. Turnaround, Devils got 2 buckets, we're within 1. Goes back and forth the first quarter, and at 9-7, that's when a bucket and a 3 doubled up the Devils at 14-7. But the Devils battled back. We're down 6 at the first quarter, 16-10. Second quarter started off, stayed out there on defense. They were down 23-18, hit the last 2 buckets, actually 2 free throws in a bucket. And that's where we're at right now, 23-22. There's some halftime shootouts there from free throw. I guess layup, free throw, top of the key, and then half court. Not sure who's winning what, but so really, Coach, you mentioned low scoring. Devils are doing a heck of a job in the first half.
They've looked very, very good. Haven't, given up a whole lot of offensive rebounds. For the most part, have kept people in front of you, challenge shots. They haven't turned it over except for maybe 1 or 2 times with bad turnovers that led to points for the streaks. Taking care of the basketball. Like what I see in the first half, but once again, we liked what we saw in the first half with Sterling too. They got to come out and stay focused, on what their jobs are and discipline to do their jobs.
Well, I early in the first quarter, I did not have the score on the board. Coach Bruner did remind me of that. Thank you. I was already there. But he hasn't given us a score on the Alabama-Oklahoma game, so we'll hold off on that as well. Hey, a shout-out to Mrs. Grundon.
Alabama, that mean Alabama winning or Alabama's losing?
He hasn't given you. Oh, yes.
Just wondering.
I'm sure he's nervous all the time when they're playing out here. Look at a shout-out there. I talked to Mrs. Grundon and, of course, her son-in-law, Brian Hintz, Beth Heinz, and had a chance to talk to them and wish them a Merry Christmas out there beforehand. Lori Quilvillian walking by right now to get her shout out as she does there. And that's the old Lori Holtmeyer. Now, old meaning O-L-E, not old. I'll tell you what, as much as she walks and works out, I'd challenge anybody who's 66 or 67. So, all right, so Coach is in the locker room, Coach Douglas, and he's talking to his guys. He's got to be happy, but last week in Sterling he went in happy, and they went in a little loosey-goosey. So they already know that they can't come out in the second half and be that way. And how do you tell them that other than shake them and say, listen, you've got to do this?
Hey, it's one thing that I think this team is, their intelligence is very, very good. They do something, they do it wrong, they don't do it again, and again. Hey, you know what I mean? Which I think you'll see a better effort coming out here in the second half by the Blue Devils than what they did against Sterling.
And, of course, we'll give Coach Belt that a lot of that credit because he was the coach that took them on to state last year and got second. And there's a guy who had a heck of a career, him and his brother, at Warsaw, and then went to Culver Stockton, still up there in the assist. He might be the all-time assist leader and still can score as well. Let's talk about the Western Big Six tonight. Right now, of course, Moline's in the lead with 3-0. That's because they beat Rocky. How would you feel there? You're Abby. You leave Moline. You go to Rocky, and now Sean Taylor comes in and wins, and you got to believe that Sean went, boy, that felt good. I'm not going there, but they're 6-1 and 3-0. Rocky is 2-1, along with East Moline, who is playing good ball, and Sterling and Geneseo. Galesburg's 1-2, and of course we know where we're at with Alleman right now at 0-3. But that's the conference tonight. In the conference, East Moline, that Geneseo game, that is actually set for December 22nd, so we won't get anything from there. Rocky plays Sterling at home, and Moline at Wharton Fieldhouse has Alleman, so there's a victory there, so they're going to end up 4-0. And Rocky Sterling, that's a good little ball game there.
Well, yeah, it should be, but if Rock Island comes out and plays like they can, Rock Island will be okay. I look at the beginning of the year when QND went up to Moline first game of the year and won that game's looking like a much better win now than it did, first game of the year, because Moline's playing very good basketball, and QND went to Wharton and won.
And we'll go out to the pit tomorrow night. Good season team. I've talked about it. You've talked about it. Jace Allensworth, of course, F-Tank. Both two are my neighbors. That was not, did not have a basket. I did not teach them. You got Dolman. You got Robbie Reed coming off the bench. They've got a lot of cogs. The last 2 years they've graduated senior class, but kind of had another group coming in to fill in. And this is one of those years. They've got a lot of expectations from this team, and I know Greg Altmix does as well.
Well, I mean, you've got a lot of length, a lot of athleticism, and they go 6'3", 6'3", 6'3", 6'5". You know what I mean? And they all of them handle the ball well defensively with their length and their athleticism. I saw Reed and Dolman guarding the point guard up at Moline, picking them up three-quarter court and staying with them. So they're going to be a force to reckon with, especially in 2A.
And speaking of what happens after Christmas, now tomorrow we're going to be on the air at noon. Well, I should be a little ahead of noon, out at the Rumble on the River. It's the Blue Devils from the girls' side taking on Francis Howe. Trying to find, I think I have it 3-2.
They're 3-1.
Okay.
I've got who's scoring and whatever. So
excellent, good job there, Coach. And then we'll take a trip probably out. Don't think we're going to be able to bring the Lady Raider game for you because we don't have the time to get to Notre Dame and set up afterwards. And of course, that's a 6 o'clock game tomorrow night, and so it's an early game. That's fine, and it gets everybody out there. And then the Christmas break, and we've got the brackets at State Farm. We got the brackets at Collinsville. Day after Christmas, the 26th. Of course, QND Raiders, 1:30. I forgot who they play that day. Did you? 1:30. They're
El
playing
Paso Gridley.
That's right. One of our favorite teams, Coach Bruner has.
Well, and then QHS girls are going to get a rematch of last year's second round of the State Farm against Plainfield North, which Plainfield North handled them last year, and Plainfield North this year, I think 7-3 if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
I started doing my pregame for tomorrow.
I did the same thing. You got it. When we start getting games back to back, you got to get them in there. So we'll have those the first day. Second day, it depends, but Blue Devils are playing at 4:30 at Collinsville. The nice thing is on that Sunday, it's the 2-game day at Collinsville, and nobody else is playing. So for sure on Sunday, we'll be at Collinsville, and then Monday, depending on where everybody falls, should be a great weekend. And I like when it falls where we can get 2 games in a day. If they both win, that meaning the Blue Devil girls and the Raiders, they will play like back-to-back at 2 different gyms. So we're not fortunate enough to sneak another 2-game day in, but we try. So, by the way, I talked about Atlas Slice, 121 North 6. Chef-driven craft pizza and wings. Open flame, high heat, different looks of pizzas too. We'll have to get there as well. Thursday and Friday, 4 to 9. Saturday, noon to 9. That's Atlas Slice, right on the 6th Street Promenade. And we're ready for the second half, Coach. And here's the way it looks. Galesburg will have the basketball working towards us. Thiel comes over on one side. Crummer is in the ball game as well. McClellan. Wyatt has the ball on the block with a little short hook. Oh, and it gets off the back of the iron, sneaks in there. Wyatt's got the first basket of the second half.
Well, that's 6'5" versus 6'2" there. Down the post. Can't let them get to that point.
Yep, Silver Streaks Belay is the other one. Devils in the second half. Douglas, Humphrey, Clausell, Lepper, and Griffith. Down on the block.
Right there.
Lepper, same exact shot. This one didn't stay in, though. Wyatt got his to hang on the back of the iron and go in.
That's all right. You give him that shot, he's going to make probably 8 out of 10.
Clausell with a steal on the right side. In for the layup. Good. Jewels anticipating. And this is what we talk about, Coach. A lot of times when the ball gets passed back from your side, you step up in the passing lane. Now, this was on the opposite side, but great anticipation.
Now, if I'm Coach Steele, though, I'm mad because, you threw it from volleyball line to volleyball line.
Yep.
Too far of a pass.
Wyatt at the top of the key, Griffith on him. Comes to the left side. Down on the block, trying to post up is McClellan. He skips it over to Thiel off the right side. Thiel takes it and shoots all the way to the other backboard to the side.
Whoa, slow it down, bring it out.
Yeah, Griffith tried to throw it in traffic. Devils stop it with a foul. Clausell. First foul of the second half, first on Jewels.
That's the one thing Griffith will learn. You go in 1-on-2, pull the ball out to the corner, and then work it back around and then repost.
At that point, instead of trying to pass it out like that, I'm like, well, you got down there.
Get back out.
Yeah. 6.5 left, third quarter action. Devils only down 1. Coming off a screen, let's say it's 4 now. The three-pointer off the left side. That was Crummer. He's got 7 in the ball game right now. Pressure being applied. Humphrey beats it. Humphrey pulls up for a little 6-footer. Oh, left side, right side pops out. But again, he stopped at the right point.
That's a good look.
Yep. Down to 6 minutes. Devils down 4. Still playing good man-to-man. Both teams have stayed in a man-to-man. You know, you and I talked at one time about would it look good as a 2-3 with Lepper in the middle. If they can play this kind of man-to-man and stay with it. Wyatt down on the block. Oh, Clausell almost knocks it away, and Humphrey does. Don't put the ball on the floor with the guards, baby.
Oh, those little guys go rip it from you.
Humphrey had happy feet and got to moving on the left wing. He did make a nice drive and layup, but whistle was blown. Yeah, because Clausell first reached in there, and then Humphrey was right there when Wyatt went the opposite way. 28-24. Third quarter action, 5.5. There was a big step there. Kicks out Crummer, man-to-man, Douglas on him. We're back to McClellan. McClellan's getting rid of the ball. He sets a screen, moves the ball around, works high-low. Wyatt just took a big step too, lost the ball, and Lepper was there. Get it to your guard. Tim Griffith can handle the ball, but there we go. Trailer, Lepper down to the right side. Then he went to cut to the basket, but the pass was behind him. Nice idea. And Thiel gets the easy layup, and mainly because we took a chance a little farther out. Devils getting that full court pressure, as you would think. On the other end, we've got a foul. Kanai got down there to the block, double pumped it. I think McClellan's going, me? Well, if you put your hands up, that must mean that you might think that it was you. First foul on McClellan. Head to the line, Kanai Humphrey. He was 1 for 2 in the first quarter. As we mentioned, first half, 6 out of 9 for the Devils at the line. Rolls in, rolls out. Stay with it. And if you're out there with your Christmas program somewhere, you're watching, thanks for watching. You know, let us know, too. I always want to know if somebody's watching, how many people are sitting there with you watching. You know, do you have your whole family there? Are you all by your lonesome? Inside 5 minutes, left third quarter action. Humphrey out. Woodson just came into the game. Wyatt got the rebound for Galesburg. Thomas Woodson Jr. came in. Griffith took a break. Ball's on the left wing. Back out to Wyatt. Top of the key to Thiel on the right side. Wyatt had a backdoor cut. He'll get it left baseline from the short corner. Wyatt no good. Weak side. McClellan was there. And before the shot, Humphrey reached in, grabbed the ball long enough for a jump ball. Well, why not? The ball was outside. You had a guy already between the man and the basket. Devils basketball. And here comes the full court pressure. Move the ball. Douglas.
Go.
Lepper, left side. Gets his man up in the air. Little step down. Count it. And we're going to get an and one. Lepper almost drugged the foot. But Brennan hits the bucket. He'll get one more. Yeah, when that ball got to the middle court, it's like, go.
Well, he should have held it for one more dribble, give Lepp another step to get to the basket, and then he's going in for a layup.
And Lepper completes the three-point play. First time tonight, I get to say Woodmart Building Supply. Woodmart Building Supply, 12th and Seminary Road. WoodmartBuildingCenter.com.
We've shot enough of them, though.
Yeah, last year I think he had 15 in the 2 games played. Belay hits the three-pointer on the other side. 32-27. Was it a 3? Must not, because I only have 2 points up on the board. 32-27. Devils in the half-court set. Halfway through the third quarter. Down on the block. Lepper pushes his man back, then takes the short hook.
That's where you got to have him, right there on the block.
Lepper made the step, got a good bump, knocked Wyatt back a step, which he will.
Well, little baby hook from 7 foot.
Inside 4 minutes, and that's where we like him. He's a great three-point shooter, and he can pass from outside. But boy, when you're 6'7" with his size, And an offensive foul, illegal screen. McClellan and Wyatt were both there. Who'd they give it to? Wyatt gets his third then if it's the case. I'd rather have Wyatt have the third than McClellan of the two. Third foul in the quarter against Galesburg. One for the Blue Devils.
32-29 with 3:30 left here in the third.
Looking good. Inside, Wyatt. Did Wyatt just push Lepper in the back for his fourth foul?
Yep.
Wow. Got to get him out sooner. They weren't even getting anybody up to get him out.
No.
You know, by the way, when Coach Thiel was walking down the hall when I first walked in from a distance from behind, it kind of looked like Hoyt. And I yelled down the hall when he didn't answer. Then I realized he's a little bit bigger guy. Not a big guy, but Devils in the half-court set. Clausell with the ball. Man-to-man from Galesburg. He'll go right side to Humphrey. Humphrey's got Thiel on him.
Work it around, be patient.
Lobs. Oh, a good pass, a better catch. And then Woodson, I thought it was going to be good. It took that extra bounce and jumped out. I thought that was a no pass. Woodson made it a good pass, although, boy, that was tight. Foul on the Devil side. Clausell will get his second, both in this half. For the Devils, 2 fouls in the third quarter. Out of bounds play. Ball goes inside. Lepper playing D. It was on the floor. Thiel's on the left side. Hill's looking for a three. Right in front of the basket. Turnaround shot, no good. Clausell gets the rebound. Shot was taken by the sophomore, Eden Mahala. Devils inside 3 minutes, still only down 3. Another zip inside. Woodson tried to send it to Lepper. Same exact pass. Defense is in the way.
Well, way too long. I mean, he's throwing it from the devil ear out there, NBA 3 range away, and, Lep's all the way underneath the basket. You got a very small window to get that in there.
Through a man, too.
Not a good pass.
There's NFL quarterbacks that could have squeezed in that spot.
Be patient.
Exactly.
Oh,
and a travel there. Clausell got Belay up in the air. Cesare thought he had gotten up and stayed 1 foot on the ground. Our official team said, no, you did not.
Clausell's got a lot of length.
And we've got a timeout with 2:29 left in the third. Galesburg 32, Quincy High 29. More Blue Devil basketball right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
Good things are happening at Hardee's, right, Brian?
Here at Hardee's, we have a new $6.99 original bag. And you get 2 sandwiches, a fry, and a drink. You have your choice for the sandwiches between a regular hot ham and cheese, regular roast beef, double cheeseburger, or one of our chicken tender wraps. So you can pick any 2 of those, get a hot fry and a cold drink for only $6.99 here at Hardee's on 30th and Broadway.
That's Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And we're back here at Blue Devil Gymnasium, Wellman and Pettit, Mountain Dew and Claiborne. That's our drinks of choice right up here. Thank you, Refreshment Services Pepsi. Scott, we appreciate that. When he said, I'll keep you in Mountain Dew the whole season, I said, are you going to have a truck follow me? No joking there, folks. All right, it's 32-29, 2:29 left in the third, Coach. We've had a pretty good quarter.
Well, yeah, I mean.
Outside the last 2 passes in the post.
Well, that's the thing, with this team. They're going to get sped up and try to do too much instead of bringing it out and trusting the system. So, I mean, they've done a very good job here in the third quarter hanging and staying right where they're at.
And, Lepper's pass, Woodson caught it. And if that stayed in, then we would have been, okay, it was tight, but you got it. We still wouldn't have liked that. Clausell gets the ball in bounds. Devils in the half-court set to the right side. Lepper's behind, doing a little pushing. Back to the top, Humphrey. Could have stayed on that side with a little triangle game. Now he comes back for Clausell. He's also looking inside for Lepper. Back to the top, Parker Douglas, being guarded by Crummer. Clausell as Douglas flies through. Woodson at the top. Don't want him dribbling it. I don't mind him passing or posting up. And he continues his dribble and picks it up in the corner. Go help him. Coach Douglas pretty smart there as he calls a quick timeout, realizing you got your post player in the corner with not much basketball sense on that one. Get out of the corner. And guards, go help him out.
Make a pass. Pass and cut, pass and cut, pass and cut.
Indeed. So, well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a fun second semester, too. And a lot of them, we don't have as many shootouts as we used to, which is okay because that team was preparing themselves for that. This team in the next couple of years could show up in a lot more shootouts.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, the girls, they're looking good. Tell you what, they're 7-3. Their losses have all been quality teams. Last night they beat Alleman 52-23. If you see it on MaxPep, it is 23. I've got the box. I was out of town. Sorry I couldn't be there for you, but knew the Devils were going to put it together, and they did. And Jada had only 9 points. She was like the fourth leading scorer in there.
Well, I mean, it's one thing. They've got, I say, they're 6 deep.
Oh,
and they don't lose a whole lot with those 6.
Cameron Byquist has been playing really well. Jewels comes around the screen. It wasn't there. Takes the 3. No good. And the rebound was big on the other side by Mahala, but he took that long step. And when you've got fluorescent orange shoes, they're easy to watch slide. And so maybe you should go to a white or a dark shoe, unless you got a contract. Oh.
Throw it to him earlier.
Exactly.
They'll take dribble to the middle and then get a bad angle.
Joel's made a little juke and then, again, took it left away from Lepper.
Yeah.
All right, 144.
Took it to the center instead of the other way, to the right, down there to get a better angle.
And a bounce pass possibly. Although Lep's good straight in, but Devils back on defense, man-to-man. A lob on the weak side. Good help by Woodson. Nobody touches it. Backdoor cut was by Mahala. Yeah. And it's Devils basketball with 1:32 left. Tim Griffith back up. Kenai will take a break. So you got Douglas, Clausell, Griffith, Woodson Jr., and Lepper the last 1:32 of the third quarter. How come we don't do any subbing? We don't have anybody come in for a Pettit's out for a second. Wellman's going to take a break. Although after the game, we definitely feel like we played. Parker Douglas got to the middle of the floor, made a turn, and whether he got bumped or anything after, he took a step too fast.
Well, that's one thing. I wonder why Galesburg's gone all that 1-2-2, trap full court, because, that's how they started out the game, and their start was very, very good.
Boy, the pass was tipped by Douglas, but then going and chasing it down was Mahala, and he got the bucket. There was a break there. The Devils almost looked like they were going to get that ball.
Tell you what, this last minute, we better, play it pretty close to the vest here. Or Galesburg could go out to a, 7, 8, 9, 10-point lead.
I'm really surprised that Thiel even questioned that one. He was riding his hip right after the official was there. That's the 5th foul with 1:08 left, so the Devils will go to the line. Jewels will be there. He'll shoot 2 free throws. We're only 1 for 3 in this quarter. 7 for 12 for the game. A little higher, 43%. And the fan section's back behind Coach Douglas. Jewels gets the first. And again, it is the scoring of a Blue Devil game right now. We're keeping it low. I mean, this team averages, what do we say, Coach, 60-some a game?
63.3.
Wow, nice rebound there by Mahala.
I was going to say,
wow.
He's athletic.
He went way up above the rim. Galesburg in the right side. Mahala tries to do a reverse. Lepper's there for just enough contact, but McClellan gets the rebound. He gets out front. Mahala misses. Woodson Jr. with the rebound. To the guard. Oh, please don't bring it over and back. Clausell got popped on the side. Hope it's something like in the gut or something, because remember he had, in the nose, because he had the shoulder and then the ankle earlier this season. That was a wake up there. I imagine when you're a guard going in there with Lepper and Woodson, Mahala was in there being aggressive. There were guys flying in there.
McKellen was in there. Yeah, I mean, you had 6'5", 6'4".
As a guard, it's good to go after it. 6'6". Doesn't scare Humphrey or Douglas, but then Jewels gets one. So Humphrey back in for the last 46.3. Douglas, Griffith, Humphrey, Woodson Jr., and Lepper.
Need to get a good shot this possession.
Keep it to basically an even quarter would be great. In the backcourt, Kenai. Thiel's guarding him. Through the legs to the right side to Douglas. Cuts through. That is Kenai. Into the high post. Woodson has to go track it down. There it is, that lob again. It's going to hit the rim. I knew it.
Too long. Too much air underneath that pass. Travel.
Yes, and they missed it. Mahala got away with a travel. 26 left in the quarter. Mahala's moving that right foot again. And now Woodson with a hand check. Got to get the hands off there, Thomas. His third foul. Third team foul, so nobody's shooting with the last 20.8. Yeah, that pass right away, I saw it going. And it wasn't on either side. It was directly at the rim.
Once again, it was from the ear of the devil underneath the basket.
Yep.
Too much time.
Yep. Straight in, too. Shot no good. Lepper gets the rebound. 16 ticks left in the quarter. Brennan's going to walk it up. All right, make sure somebody's in front of you. Why'd you pick the ball up? Anyway, 8 seconds. Right side Griffith. Hesitation dribble. And a travel on the baseline. We couldn't tell because Galesburg had 2 guys down there, and he took it behind the backboard. Not the look they wanted, but 4.4 seconds. Can we keep Galesburg from getting a shot off? Coach Deal said, get up here. And no good. And that's how we'll end the third quarter. Devils at halftime down 23-22. Find themselves down by 4 now, so a quarter of only down by 3, the third.
Yeah, I mean, they came out, played well. Aside from, a couple of bad offensive possessions in a row that gave Galesburg the lead, I think we played them even.
Hey, baby. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, fourth quarter, Blue Devil basketball, MeccaSportsCo.com.
This season on Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Yes, college football is back.
Our lives finally have meaning again.
After a really long offseason.
Look, our QB's on the draft slide.
Whoa! Oh, he's going. To where? Not where he expected.
Everything will be questioned.
What is this place?
Don't they know it's Saturday?
Everything.
College football is changing.
The Dr. Pepper flavors, too.
It's all connected.
Fansville Season 8.
I don't think I've ever seen someone slide so far.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
Hey, baby, it's the fourth quarter here at Quincy High Blue Devil Gymnasium. Galesburg 34, Quincy High 30. Not a bad third quarter. And 3 bad passes from the post. Lepper, Woodson maybe? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if it's not there, don't throw it. And they tried it 3 times in a row and way too much air underneath it. Galesburg covered it up, and then, I don't know if they came down and scored, those next possessions, but you can't do that in a 2, 3, 4-point game.
Now, if you're making that pass, I'd like to be somebody going back door, getting the ball by himself and dunking. That's how I'd like to see that pass. Or get it to the angle from the 45 or the corner.
The high-lows that I look at are from the elbow, down to the middle of the block.
Yes.
Not the, ear of the Blue Devil to underneath the basket.
Galesburg took the first shot in their first possession of the fourth quarter. Devils with the basketball. Kenai Humphrey with it. Douglas, Griffith, Lepper, and Woodson Jr. Ball was tipped away. Humphrey tracked it down. Got to get rid of it. Lepper off the left elbow. Hands it off to Douglas. There was a roll. And a good roll, but it wasn't there, and Douglas pulls up. And I like that because it's a shot that he can take.
Well, he could take, and Lepp was rolling to the basket, so if he missed it, Lepp was there for the offensive rebound.
Yep, we got a 2-point game here. Mahala off the right left elbow, and he walks. He's happy with those feet. I'm watching down here when he posts up. As soon as he gets the ball, they're happy feet this time. And again, we joke about the orange fluorescent. It's like watching a traffic hazard. It's like, I saw that. I can't miss it. The tracers. 7:09 left. Wyatt's going to come in. Mahala's going to have to take a seat. McClellan's still in there. Belay is in there. Also, Crummer and Thiel. Pretty well those same guys have been playing. I don't know if Thiel's come out. Maybe just barely. 7 minutes left. Devils are only down 2. Parker Douglas. Both teams man-to-man the whole game. Griffith out on the left side. Wow, Lepper came to the ball a little bit. Good deal. Into the left corner. Parker Douglas pulls up for 3. Good! Douglas hits the 3. Give Lepper the assist. And that was brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. WoodmartBuildingCenter.com. Devils are up 1, folks. 35-34. Inside. Wyatt with a nice reverse move. Actually got caught behind the basket. If we just would have stayed with him and not moved. Lepper made just a little bit of a move and gave him an avenue.
The diamond and one again. Putting the pressure on. Blue Devils got to handle the basketball.
Parker Douglas in the backcourt with Humphrey. Now to the middle, Griffith. Good job. Griffith turns, faces, gives it to Lepper. Lepper goes hard to the hole with a short little hook. Gets the basket. Give Griffith the assist too, wouldn't you say? And now in the backcourt, Devils will have the basketball again. Up 1, 6-12. Some enthusiasm down there. Well, we had enthusiasm the whole game. That young group, they get excited. Devils by 1. Still got 6:12 left. Lepper wide open inside. Griffith, the assist out of bounds to Lepper. Now that's the angle and the shot we'd like to see. Nobody on the weak side to help. Devils by 3 with 6 minutes left. Wow, could have been a steal there. Parker wouldn't realize that was right over his head. In the high post, McClellan. Woodson, get your hands off him. Back to the top. Crummer starting to take a step, brings it out.
Good
Wyatt,
defense by Douglas.
22-footer, no good. Luckily, it got tipped just enough that McClellan couldn't get it. Humphrey for the Blue Devils tracks it down. Woodson from 23, But there's Parker Douglas. Weak side rebound as Douglas flashes down the lane. Douglas with 7 in the quarter. The Blue Devils have scored 6 straight, and they lead by 5, 41-36. Good stuff, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, bad shot by Woodson, but, long shot's going to give you long rebounds, and Douglas flew through the hoop and got it and put it in.
And that was the key, that Parker was coming from out high, flashing on the weak side. Nobody was there on that weak side, so that meant the guard left him all the way down. I mean, that was a perfect bounce.
Oh, yeah.
41-36, 5:33 left. Coach Deal has the timeout. He wants to discuss this a little bit. Walked in with Alan Ippenson, our scorekeeper down there. His son Logan was having a nice 8th grade year and broke his hand, so he's out with the Comets. Not sure their record-wise is good right now. We'll try to give you some updates, what's happening in the junior high throughout. Also the other sports. I didn't really check for wrestling or anything this week. Christmas on tap. So now the Devils keep up the intensity. Now again, you've got to realize Galesburg's going to come out working hard, but Galesburg is really going to pick up, I think, that
they're going to go the diamond and one full court and get after it. We're going to have to take care of the basketball. And if you do that, you should have 3-on-2, 2-on-1s at the other end, and all you got to do is finish.
And I hope, again, Thomas, if you get the ball, get it to a guard. You can dribble all right, but get to the spot where you're best, you and Lepp down low.
Well, he hasn't made a lot of good decisions today, launching those NBA threes, off a fast break.
That was an assist, by the way, on that one.
Well, no.
Off the right side, Devils staying in man-to-man. Thiel has it left side. Belay being guarded by Griffith. Crummer got to half court, got close. McClellan back to Bella. The screen and roll, but Lepper reaches down and takes it away at the waist. And it's a jump ball. And Lepp with a great move. He didn't try to block the shot. The ball came down and he said, that's mine. Kind of the old Chris Jones.
Well, when you put the 2 hands on the ball like that and grab it and not let him move it, and Lepp strong enough, he gets 2 hands on it. Nobody going to get it from him.
Ball was tipped, but Kenai followed up. Griffith to the hole. Didn't really go strong enough, but Lepper got the ball. The short hook, no good. But then Woodson almost took the ball away from Wyatt. Not a bad look down there. Griffith, not a bad take, and Lepper had it as well.
Good offensive, rebounding, possession that time.
Devils going to put a little full court pressure out there. Again, stay between your man and the basket. That's something the coach talked about. Parker Douglas on D. Wyatt at the top. I love Humphrey pushing Thiel out, really out wide. Back to the top. At the Devils' left eye. To the left side. That's Belay. Cutters. McClellan pops out. He's going to pass, so don't worry about him shooting. Crummer comes around the screen. Now he goes to the hole. Lepper's there. Lepper had it up there. And another time, Kenai on the weak side pulled it away. Ball goes up. Lepper goes up high. Devils with a steal. Boy, I love the hands. And then I love the aggressiveness of Lepper on the opposite side going for the ball. Parker Douglas. Woodson from the left corner. No good on the 3.
Let's say I like that shot a lot better. Driving kick. You got the paint touch, for step into 3 out there instead of pulling from, NBA 3 range on a fast break.
And Thomas hits that shot. He's got the shot. Griffith has the shot. Wyatt pulls up. No good. Woodson a nice rebound. McClellan was behind him. Inside 4 minutes.
Be careful.
Thiel came up, but Humphrey was there. And Thiel get called for the foul, and that's what's going to happen. 3 of the Devils will help him up, Douglas, Lepper, and Woodson. As once Humphrey got by Thiel, the bump and the trip, there's nothing you're going to get called for that. Thiel's second foul. I believe the first foul of the fourth quarter for either team, and we're 3:50 left in the ball game.
And we still have the 41-36 lead. You know, nobody scored the last couple of minutes.
Parker Douglas across the timeline, Kremer on him. Starts coming left.
Let's run a good set and get a good look today.
Griffith to Woodson to the top, right side, Humphrey.
So get underneath the left.
Humphrey almost lost the handle and did. But Humphrey, luckily, Kremer overran the ball. And here's the Devils.
Oh.
Trying to force it in there. Boy, you had a second chance at it. Don't force it. That's right. Get back and play D. Left side Thiel. Down in the short corner. Belay's trying to go up against Griffith. No sense reaching in, Tim. Back to the top. We're approaching 3 minutes left in this one. Devils still holding on the 5-point lead. Pull up after he steps back. No good. Weak side. 2 Devils are there. Griffith gets the second bounce away and the rebound. Now he finds Parker Douglas down the left side. Douglas, smart enough.
Bring it out.
Great job, Parker Douglas. Griffith at the top. Lepper's out at the free throw lane calling things out. Now the right elbow. And luckily, the ball was tipped out. McClellan. Humphrey came to get it. McClellan, the foul. McClellan, his second foul. Second team foul against Galesburg in the fourth quarter with 2:44 left. 41-36, Blue Devils lead. Clausell back in, Jewels. So Douglas, Clausell, Griffith, Woodson Jr., and Lepper. Now Freiberg into the ball game, gives Woodson out of the ball game. As we mentioned, Wilson wearing the headband like Kanai. Devils ball, still that 5-point lead. Boy, I'd like to get a score here. Lobs into Lepper. You know, they did it last time, but it wasn't high. Exactly. Oh, and I tell you, Clausell, if he'd have just stood there, I think Theo might have got by him, but he might have ran him over. And instead he reached in, so for Jewels, and that's what you don't do.
Well, you make a bad pass and then you make a foul.
Yep.
You can't do that.
First foul on the Devils in the fourth quarter with 2:39 left. Luckily, it is only the first foul there in the quarter.
Well, and the Blue Devils can afford to be a little bit more aggressive with only one foul with 2:30 left in the game.
They're going to try to get Parker. Oh, Wilson, Freiberg with a great slap away.
Great steal.
Because they were going down and trying to post up Douglas, and Douglas would have been outmanned. Oh, Parker gets popped in the face, but he was out of control.
Yep.
Lepper will commit his first foul of the ball game.
Pull it out. The clock's your friend right now. You're 5 up with 2:13 to go. You don't need to force it.
Yeah, Parker got a little off there and they got way deep.
Out of control.
Exactly. That's a perfect example of what it was. Yeah, we haven't let us in scoring, but we playing good D. And we're hanging in there with a lead, by the way, folks. Thiel comes down off the left side. Clausell guards him. Skip up just off the right elbow. That's Wyatt. To McClellan, who's going to look to pass. Thiel now from 23. Oh, and Thiel's been missing everything, but he didn't miss there. He's been shooting some air balls, bouncing them off the backboard, and that was key. Devils in the half-court set.
Pull it out.
Still up 41-39, 1:45 left.
Need a good shot on this possession.
Don't get a 5 count either. Freiberg on the left side, starts the drive. Nobody's going to stop him. Wilson Freiberg to the basket.
Big basket.
Oh, my goodness. He saw the lane and he said, listen, I got this, baby. No, on the shot from the right side. Lepper with the rebound.
Stay back and help.
That was sweet by Wilson. He just saw the lane and went. Griffith trying to go baseline. Goes up against Thiel. And it goes against Wyatt, too. Griffith with the basket. Devils go back-to-back baskets. And after getting that big lead, 41-36, which is a big lead, they extend it back to 6, 45-39, Coach.
Well, yeah, I mean, two big possessions. You know, Freiberg taking it to the hoop and Griffith taking it to the hoop. Gosh, I mean, now we got to play smart this last 112. You know, pull it out because Galesburg's only got 2 fouls. They got to come out and foul us. So we need to take care of the basketball. You know, keep it out and you know, pass it around. Don't let them foul you. Play hot potato.
You got it. In this break, don't forget, 8 Open, a Southern Kitchen, 601 Main in Quincy. Thursday and Friday, 11 to 8. Saturday, noon to 9. Fried chicken sandwiches, all kinds of signature food, features, the Blue Plate Double Smash Burger, including the Sassinator, which was today, brought to you by Mr. Sassinette Rooney. Stop on by. Great stuff out there. The Dom, Bruce Wings. I can't even name it all, and I gained 10 pounds just telling you what all was there. That's 8 Open, 601 Main in the Promenade. A Southern Kitchen. Back to the action now, 1:10 left. Galesburg has the ball, but the Devils have a 6-point lead. Off the left side, new guy in the ballgame again, Watson. He's got the lavender shoes. They're looking for a 3, so you got Thiel and Watson. It goes down to McClellan. He tried to go in, hand was tipped out. Thiel comes around. Thiel's going to go to the basket. Lost the handle, tried to go out to the weak side. Good help by Lepper on that. Inside a minute, coach, 45 left. Wyatt misses. Parker Douglas kind of got pushed from behind by Watson. Galesburg has it again. Thiel pulls up, and he sticks it in the rim. And, you know, that stuff never happened as much in our day. That softer basketball gets stuck a lot more. I'd like to see the stat on that, quite honestly. We'll bring it to you. 37.3. Devils lead 45-39. Thiel has the ball on their baseline. Popping out here. Belay pulls up from the left corner. 3 no good. Tipped in the corner. Joel's had it. Leopard hustles. Galesburg gets it though. Wyatt from 23. No good. Joel's with a rebound. Watson might foul him.
Pass it.
And I think Joel's was wanting the foul, but I agree. Get it out, move it down. But we'll take it. Only the 3rd foul on the other side. So with 22-9, I don't mind if we moved it down court as Watson commits his 2nd foul via 5 fouls, and we get to go down and shoot. But Humphreys back in. Wilson Freiberg had just a couple minutes, but key moments. Rebound, and that move to the basket. Kanai gets it into Griffith. Immediately fouled by McClellan, his 3rd foul. Still got 1 more before the Devils will shoot 2. Stick around in the post game, brought to you by Hardee's, 30th and Broadway after the game, and also coach's comments. Kenai's going to inbound it. Griffith came and got it. You know, and Tim, don't just hold it down. Move your arms. Luckily, he moved just enough that there was a foul.
What's he from the free throw line? I know he missed, 3 free throws on the 3 he missed?
Yeah, for the night, Tim was 1 for 3 in the first. Made the 3rd one.
Okay.
Foul wasn't on Belay, his 3rd. And we're on the other end with 19.7 seconds left.
If he gets these 2, it might put a nail in the coffin.
45-39, 19.7. Tim's first one, no good. Just relax. It's okay. Like we said, sometimes you get in the head and say, you got to make those free throws. Well, I'm trying, Coach. I'm not trying. No Devils are in the lane, so not going to commit a foul. Griffith misses the 2nd one. Tim tracks it down and almost fouls. Wyatt comes across the timeline. And no shot.
Not a bad foul.
I agree, because Wyatt, it was before Wyatt took the shot.
And that's our 3rd foul. We got a couple more to give here or 1 more to give before they start shooting free throws.
And Clasall, his 4th. Wyatt throws a way deep one, no good. McClellan got the rebound. Griffith had a jump ball. Somehow it went up on the rim. It's on the floor. Wyatt gets up. It's good, but there's only 3 seconds left. Let it just stay out of bounds. And they do. And the Devils, big victory in the Western Big Six, their first, as they hold the home court and says, not on our floor, winning 45-41. Good stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, it starts on the defensive end. You know, we were still a little loose with the basketball, I thought, but, you know, it starts on the defensive end. We didn't let them get a lot of offensive rebounds. You know, we kept them in front, challenged every shot.
We told you this team was going to be fun. They might take lumps, but when they put it together, and last week it was 2.5 quarters, this one is about as close to a complete game, maybe 3+.
Yeah.
And our mistakes were usually on offense, you know, passing in that. So we still got back on defense and played some pretty solid defense.
Very nice game. Very nice game.
There's the Nicholsons, and there's Chloe. She says hi as she walks by, waiting for that noon game tomorrow against Francis Howe at the Rumble on the Revel. But here at Blue Devil Gymnasium, the Devils get a big victory, go 2-5. More importantly, 1-3 in the conference right now with the W. Your final here at Blue Devil Gymnasium, the Blue Devils 45, the Silver Streaks 41. That'll do it for the regular portion of our broadcast. Stick around. We've got the Hardy's post-game show, the coach's comments, and Coach Pettit's comments as well. It's a Blue Devil victory right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
QHS Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit QHS Honda.
And QHS Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit QHS Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how QHS makes it easy.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get us biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any two of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And welcome back to Blue Devil Gymnasium. It's the Hardy's post-game show brought to you by Ryan Harms and Hardy's at 30th in Broadway. This is a good one tomorrow to sit there and talk about this game as we get ready, and a good confidence builder going to the pit tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, this was a big win against a 5-2 team coming in here. Excuse me. This is definitely a good win for this freshman-laden, Blue Devil ball club. So, I mean, yeah.
I'll take a win anytime.
Oh, well. But like you say, this team you figure would be one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the conference, and they haven't gotten off to that start. But you can see the talent level on this team, and, it's a very good ball club. So to come out with a W tonight, this is a very good win.
And Jay Ray out there giving us a holler with his daughter, Kylene. Of course, Jay was here. I actually coached him in baseball way back when. He's only 3 years behind me in my brother's class. And Kylene, of course, is in the office with Chris Klingel and that. So they were giving me a shout-out. So I'm glad Jay is out here tonight for the ball game. He saw a good one, and maybe he's good luck. We're going to have to bring him to all the games. So, hey, here's how it all started. Galesburg hit the first 3 and then got the first 5. Devils came back, and it was back and forth. Devils were only down 9-7. You heard it if you were here at halftime. All of a sudden, boom, we're down by double, 14-7. But fought back to be only down 6 at the end of the first quarter, 16-10. Second quarter went back and forth until being down 5. We put up the last 4 of the half, down 1. And this time, they were not loosey-goosey coming out. Played a good third quarter after being down 1. And all of a sudden, at the end of the quarter, we're only down 4. We lost 3 in the third quarter. But the fourth quarter, after being down 36-35, Devils went on a 6-point run to get up 5. Gave up a 3-pointer. Now it's only 2. We talk about that. The next one was the Wilson Freiberg drive to the hole that got us back up by 4. And, of course, that's when we won 45-41 on the game. And that's some good stuff. And I tell you, that takes a load off when you get done and you're in that locker room with a bunch of young guys, because now they're like, okay, I see how this works.
Well, yeah, I tell you what, this team is learning how to win. Hey, you know what I mean, at this level. 41-36, I think it was 41-36 for about 4 minutes.
Oh, there's no doubt.
If I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, we were going down and trying those lob passes, and they weren't working. But on the other end, we were coming back on the defensive end, stopping them, getting the rebound, and doing what we had to do on that side of the basketball. So it didn't really hurt us. So, yeah, I mean, this was a Blue Devil pace, the whole game.
I'd like to hear what Coach has to say about those passes at the top of the key. I'm sure, again, even if Woodson would have
that wasn't
caught it,
top of the key.
I mean, okay, somewhere between the circles.
From the air.
So, because they were passes that had a bad angle, and especially the third one that was right in front of the rim. But the good news is, after making those mistakes, they came down and picked it up on the defensive end for another opportunity. And so it wasn't wasted completely. So a good job there. So, hey, let's look at the scoring for the Devils. 2 guys in double figures. That would be Parker Douglas with 13 and also 13 from Brendan Lepper. One of the keys for Douglas was that three-pointer from the left corner. And he shoots a flat shot, and so did Larry Moore. Not to compare Parker Douglas and Larry Moore in the same sentence, but the shot was there. I mean, we only hit a couple threes, and we had the blue-collar three in the third quarter from Lepper. So those two had 13. Brendan Lepper was the other one. You had 7 points from Tim Griffith. You had the 4 points out of Thomas Woodson Jr., 2 shots in the second quarter. You had Joels Clausel, bucket and a free throw, and that's 3. And then 2 points from Wilson Freiberg, but maybe the biggest 2 points of the ball game, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, when he took the ball for that drive and, split the defense, went in and put that contested layup up, that was, I think, the biggest shot of the game.
Oh, no doubt. He came in, what did he get here? A rebound or a good defensive stand to begin with, took the ball away. And then how we got to the other end, and he caught the ball, and a good job. He started working right. He handles the ball pretty good. He's worked on it the last couple years. And there was an avenue. And I liked the way he went. And, and it didn't happen like a lot of times. We'd take it to the basket, and then the ball rolls off. And you're like, oh, gosh. I mean, it was there. So awesome job there. Let's check the scoring out for the Galesburg Silver Streaks. They will now fall to 5-3. More importantly, 1-3 in the conference. So now tied with us.
Yep.
Actually, no, they might be 1-4 because everybody's ahead of us. Sterling and us are 1 game behind because we took that 1 game loss last week, and it's been moved to January 20th. So mark your calendar out there. Also one of the excuse me.
That was the girls' game.
That's the girls' game. I knew you caught me on that. Boys' game, I can't remember where they put it, but it's out there. Don't worry. We'll be there hanging just fine. Breaking down the scoring on the other side for Galesburg. Cesar Billet, he had 8 points. Check that first. Jackson Wyatt had 9. He hit the 3 in the first quarter for the big guy. He didn't really put any scoring together until those couple baskets in the last quarter. 8 points out of Billet, 7 points out of Crummer, 7 points out of McClellan. 5 points for Thiel, that big 3 that he hit after being a little off on shots, but good shooters will keep taking shots. A bucket by Kevionina, a bucket also by Kelly, and a bucket by Mayala. Yep, I'm going to say that a couple times so I can remember it. That's 41 points there, folks. More importantly, though, the Devils had 45 and pulled up the victory. Good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, big win. Like I say, this freshman group just got their first victory, in the Western Big Six, and it was a big one.
Oh, indeed here. Hey, we'll take a quick break here. When we come back, more of the Hardy's post-game show. We're also going to have Coach coming up the way, which will have the QHS Auto Group coaches' comments, faith, family, and giving back. The Devils with a big victory here, 45-41, and it's Blue Devil basketball right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
This stream is brought to you by Mecha Sports Co., your streaming platform for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams. Be sure to subscribe and like on YouTube and Facebook. Just search Mecha Sports Co., and you won't miss a thing from QHS Blue Devils and Lady Devils with coverage for the QND Raiders and Lady Raiders on the road. Be sure to visit mechasportsco.com for the complete schedule of games and more.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
And back at Blue Devil Gymnasium, the Hardy's postgame show, Wellman and Pettit. Everybody's always happy after good ball games, especially if you play well. And if you win the game, too, that's a real bonus. And for this group, this was a real nice game, not only to take into Notre Dame tomorrow night, but to take down to Collinsville.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is, momentum builder. no ifs, ands, or buts. It's going to give them a lot of thinking.
Confidence,
so
too?
Yeah, confidence. So they think they can go out and play with anybody, which, it's a good thing to have sometimes. Sometimes it's not. So, but, yeah, I mean, tonight overall played a very good game. Held the turnovers down, made some good passes, hit some key shots.
And what that's coach, too. He put up the board, what he wanted on defense, what he wanted on offense. A lot of those things we checked off along the way. A lot of things we talk about. And, of course, as seasoned, we're just seasoned. We're old. And the knowledge of not only the game but coaching all the years and all the stuff that we've done, it's easy for us to see stuff up here. And it's, I've never lost a game since I stopped coaching in 1990. And if Dick Vitale wouldn't have said it, it'd be my line. But somebody knows Dick Vitale better than know Jeff Wellman, at least in his neighborhood and every other neighborhood in the country. I love Dickie V, by the way. Talking round ball with Dickie V when we did sports rap. And I've got all those cassettes somewhere in my storage. Anyway, down memory lane there a little bit here. We won't go any farther on that one. We'll stay right here as we wait for Coach Douglas to show up. But, all right, Coach, so defensively, what's your thoughts and what we'll be asking Coach?
Well, I mean, they defensively were very good tonight, especially on the glass. They probably gave up, I'd say maybe a handful of offensive rebounds, and the thing I look about with this squad is they're getting better each and every game. Which
you can't stay the same.
Well, you saw it at Geneseo, then you saw it for a half against 2.5 quarters, against a very solid, Sterling team. But then they lost it the last quarter and a half. But this time, gosh, I mean they only had a couple probably 2-3 minute spurts to where they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
And when they did, Coach, on defensively, Parker Douglas especially, if he did get beat to the basket, what I like this time, our guy didn't come down, that's fine. If he didn't come down, he stayed at his man, so we're not getting the kick out there for a shot. Parker took him all the way to the hole but didn't foul him either, even though he was outmanned by height. And I like that because a lot of those shots, a couple of them went in, a lot of them didn't, and then we were there for the board.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing. Leopard did a good job on the board tonight. Whenever he got his hands on the ball, they weren't getting it from him, and he altered, quite a few shots down in the paint.
Hey, a shout-out to Jordan Lepper out there in the middle of the court as well. She's waiting for her brother. Now, the offensive side, we only had 45 only, but it's 4 more points than Galesburg. That's all you have to do. We talked about the 3 bad passes. What did you like? And was there anything other than them 3 passes that we could have done better?
Well, they were very resilient. They just got pushed out of the basket too far because when you want to do those high-lows, you want to catch it, at the elbow, right at the free throw line. They were pushing us out, 7-8 more feet, and then trying to make that pass tough, very tough. I mean, a couple of bad decisions, offensively, but, for the most part, we took care of the basketball. We got shots. Some of them didn't go in. What were we from the free throw line?
Oh, and we were 6 for 9 going into the half. In the second half, third quarter, we were 2 for 5, so 8 for 14, right? And the last quarter,
0 for 2.
Was it 2 or 3? Did he shoot 3, Griffith?
No, 0 for 2.
Yep. So, what did it say?
8 for 16.
Yeah, 50%. 7% higher than 43. And still, it's a long way. And, Tim's just got to relax and just enjoy it. It's easy for us to say, just shoot it. Just get up there, take a big deep breath. And this is what I always liked on drills when obviously we played or coached. You ran a lot of maybe up, down 3 times, up, down, and back, and you really worked up a quick one. You called a foul and you put everybody shoot 2 free throws. So now their heart rate's pumping. They got to come over. And Sloan's over there. And look at her over there. I think she's got something for us. And all of a sudden, now you're huffing and puffing, and you're trying to regain, So you've got to really catch your breath, take your time getting to the free throw lane so that your body can slow it down. Now get to the free throw lane, take a big, deep breath. You relax, do your routine. There you go. Sounds good for us. Of course, we were good free throw shooters. You were a really good free throw shooter, and there's been a lot of times where you've been on a free throw lane here at the Blue Devil Gymnasium or something with action going around where you've had to have some key free throws made. What's the big one that we always talk about?
I don't remember.
Oh, wait a minute. This just came from a guy who doesn't forget anything. He's being modest now, guys. He's being modest. I think there was one year. I got to ask Larry about this. When Larry Moore sat at the free throw line, too. My favorite play with you, Coach, while we're reminiscing, waiting for Coach Douglas, was I don't know who it was against, but out of a timeout, Devils had the basketball going the other way. And when you got the ball, you took off to the opponent's basket, and they freaked out.
That was at the Panther Den. That's when we won the Big Six my senior year.
There you go, folks. You see Coach Pettit said, I remember, or thank you for bringing that back up, but I just love it because they didn't know what to do, and by the time they got to you.
Well, yeah, it was like 1 second left.
Right.
And they fouled me, and then I come down, made one, and then missed the second one.
I actually get a little tears on that
with.
one. That's kind of a cool one, man.
Well,
I tell you.
I'm sure Liggett went, what's he doing? Well, because we were on one side, and then they threw it over past half court into the back court, and then I took off on a sprint down to the other basket, dribbling the ball, and then stood underneath the basket and dribbled it and waited for him to come get me.
Coach, we had a double overtime up in Galesburg for the girls this week, and I thought maybe we were in overtime because they got under 5 minutes on the clock. But we got the new rule, get out of here in 15 minutes unless you're the media, and, of course, we have to pick up and close that, and I love it because the patience of the media, aside from us up here, that have to wait for us to get done. I always love that out here. So glad you've been with us tonight. We're going to have Coach Douglas in a moment, brought to you by the QHS Auto Group, Faith Family Giving Back. If you don't want to go out and get, I know we didn't talk about Kevin Vandeman much tonight, unlike last year against Galesburg, 8 and 7 threes in games respectively. You want to get something for your wife? How about a new kitchen or bathroom? And if you can't, go out and get a car out at QHS. See Jeff Kahn. Also go out there and see Levi Billman. And pretty awesome stuff out here as we maneuver here. Oh, yeah. We're going to send our big one up there to Coach here so he can join in. And let me get your volume. How you sound, Coach, up there? Whoop, hold on. I got to get you turned.
Oh, there you go.
Excellent. You can hear us now. Well, let's first of all, what you feeling?
Great. Great.
I was looking for some words. I'll give you a thesaurus if you want to fire some more out there.
Man, I'm proud of our guys. I'm really happy for them. There's a lot that goes into the game and practicing and all that good stuff. And they've listened to a lot of noise. They've been coached hard. They're getting better. I think we saw that tonight. Just proud of them able to pull it off.
Well, and I tell you, right from the beginning, and we talked about this team. Obviously, they wanted to score. Galesburg wanted to be in the 60s. For us, it was about, and I saw we talked about your board out there, what the keys were on defense and offense. Coach Pettit just knocked them off one at a time as we went through, which we expected. Let's go for defense. The defense on this team was a pretty darn good game.
It was great. I mean, it has to be our calling card. It has to be what we kind of hang our hat on. It's been what we've hung our hat on for a number of years here. And I thought tonight guys came out from the get-go, ready to guard. I thought Juelz, I'll give him a lot of credit. With their 10, the way he shoots the ball, the way he can drive, pull up, quick release, great form, great shot. He wanted him from the beginning, and didn't shy away from it. And I think if you would have had that maybe 2 weeks ago, it would have been a different thing with our guys. But they wanted the challenge. They guarded extremely well. Off the ball, I thought our defense was solid. I look at guys like Wilson Freiberg. I look at guys like Thomas Woodson coming in and helping off a ball screen, hedging off of ball screens, getting back to their guy, contesting shots, and pulling down boards, giving us opportunities to get out and run a little bit.
And I thought that was the key, too, as Coach Pettit and I talked. If Parker Douglas was getting beat to the basket, our wings stayed with their man. Parker didn't foul. He made a bump a little bit, but he knew he wasn't going to foul and give him an and one. And we hit the boards pretty good, and every time they dribbled or brought the ball down, even Lepper and Wilson Freiberg, as you mentioned, somebody was there to take the ball or make it fly out of a hand.
Yeah, no, just active on the ball. Parker's been a consistent in that area for us. But I thought Kanai did a really good job of pressuring, being there on the catch. Juelz, obviously. Tim, I thought, when Juelz was out there, Tim had to pick him up and did an unbelievable job on him as well. So it takes a team. It takes a team. Brennan actually got off the ground a little bit on a couple rebounds tonight, which was good to see. But just really proud of them, to be able to pull it out after a sloppy third quarter. We had a lot of turnovers there. We didn't have the offensive possessions that we wanted to get. We invented turnovers in that quarter, and they still, the difference between this game and Sterling, it was just drop their heads and let it impact what we did on the defensive end. This group got back and were ready to guard.
I was going to say the defense, I think we had 4 minutes in the fourth quarter where nobody scored. It was 41-36 forever.
Yeah.
And, it's like, okay, well, we're hanging in there.
I think I said that. I said, I don't think it feels like we haven't scored in 20 minutes. And then one of the coaches said, well, I don't think either team has scored in 20 minutes. So.
I mean, great job on the defensive end, especially on the glass.
Yeah.
Because, before you look at giving up, a couple, 3 offensive rebounds here or there, but tonight we shored that up.
Yeah, no, it was a great all-around effort. We still have yet to have a week of practice, 3 days of practice where we have all of our guys there and available. And this was no different, with the passing of Leper's grandmother. Send our thoughts and prayers out to the family. A lot of them are still here, which is great to see them. But there that goes. I mean, good Lord.
You love that, don't
you? Got to spend the night then if you don't get out of here.
I'm a noise guy. I'm not sure what it's called, but when people chomp on gum and food, I can't stand it. That buzzer is one of them.
Well, it's perfect, Coach. Noise, annoyed.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But, no, our guys got better tonight. They got better at points this week. A big emphasis for us was toughness. And when you're playing a Galesburg team, it's going to be a tough game. And they made it. They met, dirtied the water up a little bit tonight.
Well, they met the challenge,
absolutely,
absolutely. And we've got another challenge tomorrow night,
which
is going to be a big one.
Mm-hmm. And I think the confidence tonight will help tomorrow night. There's no doubt.
Well, there's no doubt. And you go into this game and you kind of throw everything out.
Yeah.
It's an emotional game, obviously, but we'll enjoy this one tonight. Tomorrow, I'll be back at it and get prepared for tomorrow night.
And I will we'll throw those 3 bad passes from almost half court high-low that were not good percentage passes, throw them out. But I got to mention this. Freiburg came in for a short period, had a key defensive play, and maybe the biggest basket all the way to the hole.
Oh, he played great minutes tonight. And that's one thing we've tried to get with him is this, when you're in, no matter how long it is, when we put you in, we got to have something from you. And tonight, he was an impact player. We talked to him and Avion both. When you guys come in, we've got to have energy from you defensively. Offensively, when it comes, but we got to have energy from you on the defensive end. Wilson, I thought, did a really good job of providing that, and then a huge drive to the basket, was sure of himself. Didn't pump fake with it, just took it off the dribble, got there, finished, and did a great job tonight.
I know you want to get it with your family, too. Sloan's over here patiently waiting here, Coach, as well. And I love them goodies. And I still got my glass and all my stuff from last year. But great win. We'll catch you tomorrow night at the pit.
All right. Appreciate you guys.
You got it. And that's Andy Douglas. Of course, his comments are brought to you by the Cunis Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. We'll hear from Cunis. Return for the final in the Hardy's postgame. Devils win 45-41 right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us here at Cunis Hyundai
and Cunis Honda of Quincy. As we wrap up another wonderful year, we just wanted to say thank you
to our friends, customers, and neighbors across the Quincy community.
Your trust and support made 2025 an incredible year for our Cunis family.
From our family to yours.
We wish you peace, joy, and safe travels this holiday season.
Merry Christmas and a very happy New Year.
But I get busted. And we are back here as we say goodbye to the gang from Galesburg out here as we're starting to wrap up the post. I didn't hear you there, Coach, so don't worry about it here. Thank you to Coach Douglas. Basically, thank you to his wife and the kids as Sloan just dropped us off a box of treats. I'm going to look at them when I get in because there was some fun stuff last year and a Blue Devil glass, too, and all that good stuff. So good night for the Devils. What's your last words, last thoughts?
Like I say, they hung their hats on the defensive end tonight. Kept them in front, challenged every shot, made sure we the weak side rebounds, we had a body on somebody, got the defensive glass. We got to shore up a little bit of the offensive, turnovers. But shoot, I mean, tonight, great win, against a very good team.
Indeed. And join us tomorrow at noon. It'll be the Blue Devils from the girls' side out at the Rumble on the River as they take on let's say that 10 times fast, against Francis Howe. And then we'll take a trip out to the pit. It's a 6 o'clock start there on the tip. So be ready, an early start there as the Blue Devils and the Raiders cross town. Always fun there and the emotion. And it'll be fun no matter what, and a great way to head into Christmas.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the Illinois-Missouri, border war.
Yeah,
that's what it is. I mean, north side versus south side. This year we're on the south side.
Here you are. Good stuff here from Blue Devil Gymnasium. For Coach Pettit, I'm Jeff Wellman. Blue Devils with a win here in the Western Big Six. Quincy High 45, Galesburg 41. And it's all been right here. Blue Devil basketball, Western Big Six style, right here at mechasportsco.com.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.